think we're recording. Okay. Hi everyone, what's good? Enro here, back again with another video. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe down below if you want more videos just like this one. So, just a quick update. I know I've been gone for a while. Actually been pretty busy during the pandemic. Did a lot of things. I actually made a career shift. So I wasn't able to do any sort of videos, but I'm back. So I actually just upgraded my camera setup. I'm currently shooting on the SONY ZV-1. So I actually sold my old Canon. And yeah, this is the upgraded setup. I love this camera so far. I watched all the YouTube reviews about it, before I purchased this. But one thing that it really does well is autofocus. So let's test it out. Let's test autofocus. My hand, my face, my hand, my face, my hand, my face. So it's really fast and it's really nice for doing setups like this, product reviews, maybe even vlogging. We can do that soon. So yeah, that's a quick update. Comment down below if you like the footage so far. Even the mic, I'm just using the onboard mic of the camera. I don't plan on getting any external mic for the camera. But yeah, comment down below what you think. Maybe I'll even do a review on the SONY ZV-1 as well. So for today, I'm just going to make a video as a follow-up to my iPhone 12 setup. So today I will be showing you my favorite, apps, widgets, how my home screen looks like. Because I know you iPhone users, you've been playing around with your home screens already, moving things around. And I think for the past few months, I already found a setup that works for me. And I'm very excited to show that with you guys. Sounds good? Let's go. Okay, so first I need to make sure that I am screen recording on my phone. Okay, so this is my first screen. As you can see, there are no apps here, they're just widgets. What you can see here on top is your weather widget. So currently it's not that good here in Makati City, Philippines. It's actually a stacked widgets, but mostly it's on weather. So the next is actually just, a clock. And next is my set of batteries. So the Bluetooth device here is my Xiaomi Mi Band. So this is what I'm wearing. Pretty charged so far. So yeah, most of the time it's just in weather. I don't really play around with that since I have the clock up top anyway. So just one tip for the widget. For the widget stack, I actually don't like to rearrange them. So when we go to edit stack, I actually don't turn this on, this smart rotate. Smart rotate, depending on your use, depending on the time, will actually show which widget Siri or the phone, the AI, will actually recommend to you. And if I want to see weather, I just want to see weather the whole time. Okay, next here you have a calendar. So I downloaded this app called Dawn. So it's just like a calendar view, but there's also a day view with Widgetsmith. So Widgetsmith is actually a popular app for iOS 14 users. They have a lot of different widgets, but across my whole setup, across all my home screens, I actually just use one, and it's this day view by Widgetsmith. Next, you have this medium-sized reminders. It's also a smart stack. So I have different lists in my reminders, so I just use it to scroll all of my reminder lists, and at the last is probably notes. So yeah, so this is my home screen. And I have a few more screens to show you guys. So I have 5 in total, but actually if you notice here on the last portion, I hide that screen. Okay, so we will go on to my next screen, and this is kind of like my home personal space. So if you notice here, you have 2 widget stacks as well, and they start with photo widgets. So I'll start with that first. So first is the photo widget here on the upper left. It's actually just a profile picture, but yeah, I have 2 photo widgets. So this one's me and my girlfriend. Hi, babe. And then this is me. And then next 2 widgets would be my Notion setup. So one is a weekly agenda page. So that's for June 21 to 27. And then a habit tracker for the year. And then, yeah, I just have my notes here. Actually, I don't really use this that much, but just in case, it's always here. So yeah, and it just rotates. So next, on the lower right, I actually have an Instagram page, Success in Progress. You should check that out, follow that page as well. And that's where I upload, motivational, inspirational quotes, ideas, stories from the people that I look up to, or quotes that I just see online and I like. So I actually curate, all these quotes into a nice looking feed. And here you will see, very apt for our video, it's a quote by Steve Jobs. Time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Okay, so that's the first photo widget. And then next widgets would be sort of like media widgets. Next would be Audible. So there's the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, Unshakable by Tony Robbins. Next is Spotify. Of course, well, when I'm working out in the morning, I use my playlist, inspirational music. So it has Fall Out Boy, Imagine Dragons, stuff like that. And yeah, it just rotates as well. Here in this setup, in this page, I have mostly messaging and calling apps. So I have on top phone, messages, Telegram, Zoom, Viber, and Messenger. I pull this up because it's the apps that I use most often, since my messaging apps, cut across work, personal life, so on and so forth. And for all my social media, I actually have it within a folder here. So yeah, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, FaceTime, WhatsApp, TikTok, and Clubhouse. Okay, so next, I actually forgot to mention what's on my dock. So what's on my dock would be productivity apps as well. And I like it here so that it's always reachable. So you have your calendar, reminders, notes, and Safari. From this dock, I actually use Safari most because for calendar, reminders and notes, I usually go to them through the widget that I set up. Okay, going on to the next page. Here on top, you have a medium-sized widget, and I actually rotate this throughout the day depending on what time of day it is. So the first one is shortcuts. So I have 4 sets of shortcuts here, and I usually use it in the morning when I work out. So I have my fitness app, which is the Xiaomi Mi Band. So that's the Mi Fit app. And then I have an ab workout app as well. So that's just, 7-minute abs. After doing some cardio, I want to do some ab workout as well. That's a quick tip actually. When you're working out, I want to start with abs so that you won't put it last and you don't have energy anymore to do abs. Quick tip, do abs first. Try it out. Comment down below if you tried out that tip and if it works for you. But it works for me. I just wanted to share that. And actually for music and audiobooks, I showed you guys earlier the widget that I use for that. But here, since I didn't have any other shortcuts to put, I just put music and audiobooks here as well, just so that it looks nice. Next, in the Smart Stack, I have Google Calendar, I have Google Mail, and then Google Tasks. So Google Tasks, I actually just use it for my workouts as well. So I actually just scroll through my shortcuts and Google Tasks in the morning when I work out. So yeah, so since this is a work/productivity page, I'll keep it at Google Calendar. And then you have all my work and productivity apps here. So Gmail, Google Calendar, Drive, Tasks. To be honest, YouTube is here so that it's in the second page and I don't, drown myself in watching all these YouTube videos. So I just add friction and putting it in the second page so that I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. But another thing is I like it because it's white. So because of all these Google apps on top, and as you know, YouTube is owned by Google, so their apps look kind of the same. So I just kept it here. It also looks the same as Carousel, where I sell old gadgets and clothes and stuff like that. YouTube Studio and Spendy, which I use as an expense and income tracker. Quick tip, you guys should use this as well. It helps me do my budgeting. Okay, next, and actually this is the final one, is my finance/trading/investing page. So here there are lots of widgets as well. You will see here on the upper left, this would be your crypto stack. So I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Cardano, and Doge. So actually I'm not super invested in Doge anymore, so I can take that out actually. And this just rotates as well. And then here on the upper right would be the markets. So Dow Jones, S&P 500, and of course the PSEI. Next here, I just have a a medium widget for US stocks as well. And for Philippine stocks, I actually use Investograms, which is the third app here. For trading, international, I use eToro. I use MyTrade for local stocks, although I have a portfolio at Call Financial as well. And Bloomberg, which I use to actually track the NAVPS of my mutual funds. So yeah, so that's actually the last page. This one would just be the app library, which, to be honest, I don't really like because I can't customize like how it's organized. But yeah, it's just here. Oh yeah, I forgot to also show you my, what do you call this? The today view. I actually forgot how you call this anymore. But this one would just be, my calendar, batteries again, and screen time, and then news. So actually, I don't really use this page that much just because I'm always in my other pages. And yeah, if you notice here, I have a lot of apps within my app library that I don't put in my home pages, and that's because I want to keep things minimal. If I don't really need to use it, I don't put it in here. So yeah, but if I want to get into those apps, I actually just swipe down and search. So for example, Citibank. Just click Citibank and then I will get straight into the app. So that's what's on my iPhone. That's my home screens, my widgets, widget stacks, and apps, and how I keep things, in their own separate places. Now let me share with you some tips so that you can keep your iPhone organized as well. So just a disclaimer, I know everyone is different. You have your own preferences, your own uses, your own styles of work. So this one would just be very general, not too specific, but general tips that work for me, and hopefully they work for you as well. So let me know if these are helpful. So tip number 1, it all starts with a mindset. So the idea is your phone is actually a tool. So you can design it to work for you, not the other way around. Your phone is a tool to get things done, and it's not the work itself. Your home screen, your widgets, your apps, they will build your behavior and dictate how you use your phone. So you need to be very intentional. Everything has to have a purpose. Honestly, this worked for me because at the start, I was kind of messing around with everything. I wanted to see everything. I had like 10 pages and it was all over the place. So you need to be intentional, and everything has to have a purpose. So for example, if social media apps are in your first page, you will use social media apps super often. And that's why for me, it has to go into a folder, or it has to go into like a second page, so that I don't really, use it that much, and it creates a sort of friction. And what I have in my homepage are really the essential things that make me get work done. Aligned with this idea is actually having a purpose for each page, and maybe not having a lot of different pages will also help. Tip number 2, keep it minimal. So while you have a purpose for each of your pages, I actually don't like to show all the apps related to that purpose. So for example, if you noticed in my trading/finance page, I don't have all my bank apps there. I don't really use it that often. I don't use them at a daily basis. So that's why I decided to just hide those apps. And for me to get to them, I just search them in the spotlight. Next, you'll also notice that I actually don't fill up the whole page. I kind of want to make my apps breathe. So while I have 4 apps in the bottom in the dock, I only take up the first 4 rows, just so that they can breathe, just so that I can train my eyes where to look. And that's also why I have only a few widgets as well. Another tip related to this is you can actually also hide not just apps, but actually entire pages. And tip number 3, make it your own. This is your iPhone. This is not anyone else's iPhone. This should be yours. This should be an enjoyable space for you. Since it's a tool, it should be enjoyable to use and also to get things done. So it's your unique device, it's your unique setup, so it's also kind of a reflection, a projection of how you are as a person. And just as a tip as well, you don't really need to customize everything. I know I was pressured to do that when I was starting out with my iPhone 12, especially with iOS 14 coming out. People were editing their icons, editing all their widgets. Every page is color coordinated. For me, I decided not to do that. And this is not to diss people who did that. But for me, I just wanted to say that don't be pressured to do that just because other people are doing it. Again, it's your own unique space. It needs to be enjoyable and it needs to be a reflection of who you are. Okay, so those are my 3 tips. Now, just to summarize, tip number 1 is it all starts with a mindset. The idea is the phone is a tool and you can actually design that phone to work for you. Tip number 2 is to keep things minimal. You can actually hide apps, hide pages, make your apps breathe. You don't need to fill up the whole page. And tip number 3, make it your own. It's your own unique space. It needs to be enjoyable to you. It's a projection of who you are. And of course, don't be pressured to, do all of these customizations if you don't really feel the need to. So those are just my 3 tips. Comment down below if I missed anything or if you have your own tips that you applied in your own iPhone screen setup, your apps, your widgets. Let me know. Maybe there are other apps that you recommend that I download as well. I hope you're liking this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell if you haven't yet, just so that you're updated when I upload all my latest videos. So that's it for today, guys. And as always, success is a journey, not a destination. Peace!